Well, this request comes from one of our students who's doing one of our courses. And so I thought it might be good for everybody because it says, I'm working on the course called Giving Shapes Character. That's on the Academy, where you talk about phantom drawing. Never heard of this kind of drawing before. What is phantom drawing and how is it done? Well, if drawing for you seems to be something you just don't want to do, this is the right tip for you. Phantom drawing might seem a little weird to you, but it really does work. You just have to let yourself go and trust the process. What is the process? It's a two-step process. One is whatever your image is, you allow your pencil to hover over the edge of the image, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. That's the first step. And the second step is that after hovering over the image, you draw the image, or you draw what you're doing without looking at the image, only looking at your paper. Now again, this is an exercise. This is not a time for you to be doing drawing that you're going to show somebody. This is where you're learning the instrument as a musician might do. You're practicing stuff behind the scenes that's going to enable you to give a superb performance. And phantom drawing can work for you if you just let go and trust it. So let me show you what you do and let you give it a try, and then you let me know in the comments section. How does it work for you? I want to hear about that. Here's the image. Now I would suggest beginning this from a photo, and a photo of something simple, but that doesn't have too many inside shapes in it. Animals are good for this because we often will draw what we think an animal looks like instead of what the animal's image actually is. So best way to do this is just that you can start at any point on the image, but work with a photo. After you learn how to do this with a photo, you can do it from plein air, or you can do it from a person sitting in front of you. So you start out with a pencil and hold the pencil, kind of at some distance from the tip where it's comfortable. But you don't want to hold the pencil like this for that, because that chokes off what you're trying to do. So hold the pencil like this. You can actually grip the pencil this way if you like. How you grip it is what's most comfortable for you. But give yourself some space between the tip and where you begin that grip. So I'll just hold it this way because that's probably the way a lot of you are going to want to do it. Well, I will probably move back and forth because of my natural way of doing this. So what does it mean? Phantom means you're not actually making a mark. Phantom means that you are allowing the image, or you're kind of hovering over the image, and you're allowing your pencil to move in the way you see the image moving. So if you just looked at the top of that fox's head, or just looked at the fox's face, some people might be tempted to draw a circle first, but that's not really a circle. So what do we see there happening? Now, if I'm hovering over that, you see what I'm doing here? I've got my pencil on top, and I'm kind of tracing in the air. That's one way to do it, or think about it. You sort of do this, sort of do that. You see what I'm doing there? I'm allowing my pencil to move in the direction of that shape. I'm allowing the pencil to move in the direction. That is phantom drawing. And you take a shape one section at a time, and you move continuously. You don't just stop, but you move continuously when you're exploring phantom drawing. So you see, I see the shape going this way and that way. I can come back here and I see this portion going this way. I see this portion going this way. And when you're seeing that, try to also get the feeling of what your hand is doing. So if I get the feeling of my hand doing this, I get the feeling of my hand doing this, and I'm seeing where I might create a face that separates itself from the neck. I'm seeing that all come straight down. You see that? My hand, my pencil is hovering over that shape. And it tilts a little bit there, so I might do that or just come straight down like that. Now, that's how you hover over the image. You can hover on the inside of the image, you hover on the outside, wherever you see edges of shape. An edge of a shape is where one shape joins another. Now, the next part, you got to really train yourself to behave and do this like I tell you. Otherwise, it won't do you any good. And that is, you move now. You move from your pencil locating here until to the paper itself. But rather than make marks on the paper, you're going to phantom draw on the paper. But you're going to keep your eye here. And you're going to feel here. You're going to feel your hand moving the way you moved it here. You see how that works? Now take it easily, but don't go too slow. So what we'll do now is just, if you'll watch my pencil here, what I'm going to be doing, I'm allowing my eye to move here the way I see my pencil moving there. And I'll come over here, and here's what I'm doing. I'm not watching my hand, I'm not watching the pencil, I've got my eye right here. That is phantom. That is the next step. You might say our sub-step in phantom drawing is to explore, allow your pencil to move throughout the image. Let me just take a portion of it. I'll start here again. Now you watch. I'm just looking at that, and I'm looking the way that edge is going. This edge right here. I'm just moving my pencil the way it's going. Just moving my pencil, and then I will let the pencil hit the paper. You see what we did there? So you phantom on the paper, and then you just don't stop. Don't stop, then just drop the pencil down on the paper. And so then you could start the next section. So I can look here to see where this connects to that, and then I will phantom again. I phantom the entire area right there. Phantom, 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 drop the pencil. You see what you do there? So you see now this moves pretty much like that does. This moves pretty much like that does. You continue throughout the image. I'll go another step or two with the image to show you how that can fall into place. Now let me warn you ahead of time that as you build this, it's possible that your image may get a little bit out of whack. That's all right. This is an exercise. You can't expect to do it perfect the first time. So it's an exercise that is building the skill of drawing. And I will guarantee you that if you'll let go and follow the instructions here, follow instructions about how you move, don't hesitate when you let that pencil drop on the paper. Just let it drop as your hand is moving. Just let it drop. Then if you will follow that procedure and you practice and do lots and lots and lots of this stuff, you'll be surprised how easy it's going to make drawing for you, because it's going to train you to allow your eyes to follow, or allow your hand to follow what your eye is seeing. And that's what drawing is. It's allowing your hand to follow what your eye is seeing. So I'm going to continue to move through this just a little bit now. Now I can come here. Now that I've made this, I've caught this edge, this one. Now I can come here and I can see, where does the next shape start? In other words, where does this start? So that shape starts about right here. And now what I'll do is I'll just allow my hand to move like I see that shape. And then I will let the pencil just fall. I didn't make it quite dark enough for you to see. Let's see if I can just, that's for me making it dark enough for you to see. You don't want to come back over here and try to correct it. I just want to make that dark enough. Now we can go here. I can go this shape next, this edge next, or I can go to this edge next. So I'll come over here and I'll say, where does that start? It starts about right there, and I'll move my hand. And if I need to, I can come over here. How short is that? How long is it? and I can move my hand right there, not looking at the paper. If you let your eye move at the paper, your hands may move in another direction and distort your shape anymore. So you have to train yourself not to look at the paper. So here I go again. So I've got feeling here, and I can do this as many times as I need to. See what I'm doing there? I phantom here, and pull that pencil up. I phantom here to feel how it feels. Now, if you'll notice when I did this, this is something that I've just sort of noticed myself doing. It doesn't hurt. You might find it helpful. That if you're working on, when you're working on a photo like that, if you could just allow maybe your little finger kind of touch the paper, and well, actually it's not that middle finger, one of your fingers, it doesn't matter which one, allow one of your fingers to touch the paper, and that too helps you to feel how the thing is moving and how long it is and where is it going, which direction it's going, how long or how short. All right, so now come over here now, and I try to do what I felt over there. Now I will come here and say, okay, where does that start? That'll start about right there. I didn't make that dark enough either. Well, your lines will probably be light too, but I want you to see it. So I'm going to make that a little bit darker so that you can see. Next you would come, you could say, now where does this start? Where does this edge start here? And I will see that it starts about right there, so I can hold my pencil about right there. And then I begin to move with it. Now that edge, that's two angles right there. You see it moves up a little bit and then it moves down. Actually, it's three angles. It's got a little one right there too. So this is the main one I want right here. This edge right here that I can see clearly. You see how that's moving? So I can say, where's it start? It starts about right here. Where's it move? Move like this, and I let it. I don't make that mark to begin with, but I let my hand move phantom and then drop that line down. You see, like that. And then I come to the next one. Never check to see if you got it right. You can check to see where it belongs. Where does it connect? But if you're checking to see, did I get that right? You've got the wrong attitude. That means that you begin to judge yourself. You can't judge yourself while you're learning, or you're going to cripple yourself and trip yourself up. So just use it as a discovery, like you're trying to find out what's there, and let those lines drop in the way that you feel them dropping, and just keep going. And if you're going to check to see whether you're doing it right, whether you're doing it right has to do with the process of it, has to do with you're hovering on the edge here, you're feeling that hover, you're coming over here, you're not looking at your paper, and you're hovering on the edge here. That's doing it right. It's doing it right. It's not whether you got it look like the fox. That just happens to be the result of what you did in the exercise itself. And so it's fun to continue exploring whatever image you choose. It's fun to continue to explore all the way through. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to move all the way through this. You want to see me do the whole thing. You can go, we do a little bit of phantom drawing. A phantom drawing is a part of the whole drawing process. On one of the chats that we did, you can go in our menu on our channel page and click on live. You can see there all the Sunday chats we've done, or the monthly Sunday chats we've done. We did one on drawing there, and I do some of that there, where if you want to get a little bit more of a handle on it. But this is the way that phantom drawing is done. It can be one of the most fun things that you can do to release you into really having joy in your drawing process. Be sure to view all of our quick tips. And while you're doing so, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, so you'll always get a notice when we produce a new quick tip, which is every week. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments section and we'll make a quick tip for you. Also, take a trip over to DianneMize.com, where I have full-length lessons, downloads, DVDs, lots of other stuff there, some free stuff for you. And while you're there, you can subscribe to the newsletter, and that way you'll always be informed every time we do something new.